Welcome to the Game Winner Pod here on episode 5. Got a lot of exciting content for you guys today. We're going to kind of switch it up. We're going to start with football first. We know that we kind of talk more so basketball than anything, but with the NFL season ramping up and playoff spots are being took, a lot of stories there, a lot of things we're going to cover. I'm Malique, that's AJ, and we hope you guys enjoy the show. Ready,
Yep.
gang?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get it. So, bro, we're gonna start with the Kansas City Chiefs. Um, 12-1, best record in the league. But to me, they're kind of getting lucky, in my opinion. They remind me of, I hate to say it, my Steelers in 2020 when we went like 11-0, but every game we won, it was that close. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
One score games, nail biters, field goals. Our defense that year carried us a little bit. We did not have a running game at all. Um, but the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid, they just keep finding ways to win. They keep finding ways to win. They keep pulling out these nail biters. And it is not just with Patrick, it's in all three phases. Defense needs a stop, they don't get a stop. Special teams blocking a kick, they're going to block the kick. So I got a couple of stats here I want to read to you. And then I'm gonna ask you, do you think the Chiefs are getting lucky or not? So first stat, versus current playoff teams this year, the Chiefs are 5-1. All right. The other three best teams are my team, Pittsburgh at 4-0, the Lions at 5-1, and the Eagles at 3-1. So the Chiefs, despite winning these nail biters, they're 5-1 versus current playoff teams. And then Chiefs wins this year by one score games are at 10. They got 12 wins on the year. 10 of those games they've won by one score. By two score games, they've won two games. And they haven't really blown any teams out by 3+ scores. They have no wins in that. So all of their wins are nail biters. So do you think that this year the luck's gonna run out come playoff time, or do you see them sustaining this road?
Um, I see them sustain it just because they have Pat Mahomes, and not just saying they just have Pat Mahomes, but like the system they have, like they're winning a lot of games by just a couple, like by a nail biter, but they're putting their faith in Pat Mahomes to either drive them down the field or they putting their faith in their defense to hold up a stop. So I mean, and they've been like you said, they're 5-1 against playoff teams, like. You really can't say too much about that. Like even though they're winning these games by this close, like they're still being good teams. So I mean, it's hard to say.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the football guys is kind of on their side a little bit too. Like, did you watch the Chargers game where the kicker it hit the upright and then bounced in?
Yeah.
Like it's a little luck. I feel like, but luck favors the prepared, right? That's the
Right.
that's the phrase. So I don't know. Like they got, let's see who they got next on their schedule. Um, I know they got to play us,
But they
and I
play all
think
like a couple of weeks, right?
yeah, they play us in a couple of weeks. All right. So their next upcoming schedule is Browns, Texans, Pittsburgh, Broncos. Could you see them losing two of those games?
I can see them lose to the Texans, and I can lose them. I can see them losing to y'all. So yeah, they can go 2-2 of them games.
See, my thing is, what I've been hearing is that the Chiefs' left tackle and right tackle are the weakness of their offensive line, and that favors us a lot because with TJ Highsmith, we got Highsmith back, we got Herbig, but also kind of favors the Browns too. Though Miles Garrett, he can wreck a game too. I mean, of course, Andy Reid's going to prepare for that, but I think if that's going to be their Achilles heel, I think we can knock them off in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? But that's that with the Chiefs. Like I said, I think they're squeaking by, but it is Patrick Mahomes, so you can
Yeah,
never
that's what I'm
count him
saying.
out.
Like that situation is kind of hard, like because they also beat like not playoff. They also beat like not good teams by a couple points. So like it's kind of hard to say with them.
Yeah,
So I
every
mean,
game. Yeah, every
well,
game
every
is
game.
close.
Yeah, exactly. Every game is close. Like two of them has only been two score games. Um, And like you said, they haven't really had a game where they literally like dominate the whole the game in all phases. So I mean, it's just playoff time is going to be a little bit different. We're going to see just how everything unfolds. Like if they're going to be able to pull off the same stuff they did during the regular season.
Right. So let's fast forward to the playoff standing. We talked about how the Chiefs are 12-1, best record in the league. When I look at the playoff standings, um, and some of these matchups so far, like if the playoffs was to start today, we would have the Bills versus the Broncos, the Steelers versus the Ravens. No, Steelers versus the Chargers, Texans versus the Ravens. Now the Texans and Ravens, they faced off last year. Ravens
Hmm.
beat them. But when you look at the playoff picture, um, what stands out to you in the AFC so far? Then we're gonna get to the NFC.
Um, and the AFC stands off. What was the who you said the Ravens would play the Texans, right?
Yep, Texans. The Ravens are the fifth seed. Texans are the fourth seed. Pittsburgh's the three seed, and they'll play the Chargers at six. And Denver will play the Buffalo Bills, 7 and 2 seed right there, with the Chiefs having the bye.
Okay, so what stands out to me is I ain't gonna the Bills versus the Broncos. I think the Bills is gonna win that. The Bill like the games is like y'all versus the Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah, I got that in favor of y'all. Y'all defense is too insane, bro. Y'all team is too insane this year. So even though the Chargers they're a good team defensively too. It's just I got y'all for that. If the playoffs started now, I would have y'all over them. And for that Bills and Broncos game,
You
um
said that one already. You mean the Texans and the Baltimore?
Texans and Baltimore, I
Yeah.
got Baltimore like how last year the Ravens won. I got the Ravens winning that game too. If that
Yeah.
wasn't the case.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think there's a chance that the Bengals can sneak in? Because the only playoff spot they could get is a 7 seed. They've lost to the Chargers. They've lost to the Ravens, the divisional game twice, right? So they're not going to catch them.
Right.
And the record is too bad for them to catch any of the top four teams. So Denver is the only playoff spot they could probably get. And when I look at Denver's schedule, they got the Colts, they got the Chargers, the Bengals, who they have to play, then the Chiefs. And my thing with the Chiefs is the Chiefs, and on January 5th may sit Patrick in them. They might. The Bengals, they just beat the Cowboys. They got the Titans, Browns, Broncos, then Steelers. Is there a way you think Joe Burrow and that Bengals offense can get into the playoffs?
Yeah, they gotta win every last game though. They can't lose no more games. And I mean it's possible. They could beat the Titans, they could beat the Browns, they could beat the Broncos. Depending on y'all game, if y'all sit people, they can beat y'all. I mean, regardless if they shit or not, they can actually beat y'all too. So I think there's just no room for error. Like they can sneak into the playoffs if they win every last game.
Yeah.
It's
Do
it's,
you see
it's
the Go
you
ahead,
say,
go ahead.
you say do I say who?
Do you see the Broncos losing two of the next four or three of the next four?
Yeah, because they can lose to the Chiefs, and if people play, if everybody play, they can lose to the Chiefs, and they can definitely lose to the Bengals. Yeah, they can lose to the Chargers too. Actually, they can
I
actually lose
think
to the Chargers.
they've already played the Chargers. Chargers won that game 23-16 in Denver.
Yeah, so I mean, and they playing Chargers in LA. So I mean, I don't know. They could play. I think they could. I think the Chargers will get that one.
What about the Colts? You think the Colts are gonna get them, or think they're gonna get the Colts?
I don't know about the Colts. Anthony Richardson against that defense is kind of suspect to me right now.
Yeah.
Nah, I hate to say
Broncos.
it.
Broncos got a sneaky
Broncos.
good defense this year.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I don't know. I think they might get the Colts, but the other three games is up in the air.
All right, so let's fast forward to the NFL MVP. Um, as you know, record team record matters a lot when it comes to these awards. If you're not winning, you're not going to get none. You know me, bro. I think Joe Burrow should be the MVP. He's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
best quarterback right now,
Right.
and I think he's at 33 passing touchdowns. I think there's a chance he may get to 50.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I think
we have 4 games left. The way he
four
throwing the ball,
games
he
left,
actually can. Yeah.
33 passing touchdowns, 4 games left. I think. mm,
I mean, that's what 17 divided by 4. That's kind of
That's kind of insane.
that's
Maybe
like
45.
5. Yeah, so that's like 4 touchdowns a game you got to get. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'll say
He'll get the
45.
40 though for sure.
40 for sure. But we know they're on the outside looking in. Who do you think is the MVP of the league right now? And yeah, do you think at this point in time, do you think a certain someone or may have it locked up or not?
It's either between Josh Allen or Saquon to me. I'm only saying
Yeah.
Saquon because I'm only saying Saquon because he's about 1,600 yards and he can do something. He got 4 games left to do something, get over 2,000. Well, we already seen Derrick Henry get 2,000. He has a maybe not Saquon, but definitely Josh Allen for what he played last game. Uh, yeah, I might gotta go with Josh Allen right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Josh Allen, six
Who he,
touchdown passes. I mean, six touchdowns total.
total touchdowns in one. Yeah, we had like 3 rushing touchdowns and like 2 passing touchdowns.
Now he had 3 and 3.
Yeah, 3 and 3. Then he had what? How many picks?
No picks.
No picks. That's what I'm saying. And his stats this year actually looking kind of crazy. Better than I even thought he was gonna do this year.
My
He
thing
had,
is, my thing is 23-5. He is first in QBR.
I mean, it's
They're 10-3.
yeah, they're
They're 10 and
definitely 10
3.
and 3, but they've beat they've beat the teams that we like. They beat the Chiefs.
Mhm.
Um, what else they beat? I want to say they
Beat the Niners.
beat the Niners. Um, no matter what people say about the Dolphins, they've been winning games. They beat the Dolphins this year. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
probably might be seeing much, but they've been on a winning streak. I mean they beat some key teams. I just like how Josh Allen's playing this year. Like
Yeah.
he's showing like he used to, he used to be getting interceptions and stuff like that. So 23-5 is kind of like shocking. Like yeah, he's definitely changed something in the offseason. But you know me, their rushing touchdowns thing is like I don't.
You don't
He
really
got
care for the rushing
Yeah,
touchdowns.
he got rushing touchdowns. It's all good, but as a quarterback, I mean, first in QBR too.
I didn't he have like wasn't he at one point like 15 touchdowns, no picks, something like that, 12 touchdowns,
Yeah,
no picks, somewhere
yeah,
around
like
there?
15 touchdown, no picks. Which I didn't expect that to even happen. He usually get his first pick in the first couple games.
First game.
First game, first
First
game,
game.
first game.
Well,
But
but
he's been balling. Right? He's been doing his thing this year. Who
he's
you got as
definitely
MVP?
who do I got? I got I'm gonna say Josh, only because I don't know if Saquon's gonna break the record. I know he's on pace, but I don't know if he's gonna do it because he got to play us. And I call me biased. I don't think he's gonna gash us. I just don't.
Yeah, he has to get
So
like 100 some yards each game to even try to. So
yeah.
I don't really. He might. Yeah, against y'all defense, I don't really see him getting that many yards.
So there's that. I think he'll get over 2K, but
Yeah,
it's just you I me, you know me, bro. I feel like every position in football is valuable. So whoever's the best at that position, if you are, let's say for example, it's a wide receiver, or like take Jamar Chase for example, right?
right,
What we know a wide receiver is never gonna win the award. But let's say for example, and I kind of gave you a scenario one time where like this player's stats, along with the winning, is so much far and away better than everyone else's stat at that position. Doesn't matter if it's a quarterback, doesn't matter who it is. Like it could be an offensive lineman. Let's say this offensive lineman hasn't allowed a pressure, sack, a QB hit, anything all season. Like the best player at whatever position, if they're far and away, like if they're having a historical season, they should be able to get it. But
right,
it's a quarter,
exactly.
right? But it's a quarterback award. We know that, and it's going to be tough for Saquon to win it because of how Josh Allen's playing. So I wouldn't mind seeing Saquon get it, but I'm gonna say Josh because he's playing great. The team's winning. Um, and like I said, we know the award is biased to quarterbacks. We know that.
Right.
So that's my thing, bro.
Yeah, exactly. We on the same page.
And same page. Like I said, and I don't think it's over. I mean, personally, I feel like if the Bengals go on this win streak, Burrow's going to enter that conversation because they can still have over a 500 record. I think Lamar's still in the conversation.
I can
Darn
understand, I can
Jared
understand
Goff.
Lamar because 8-5. I can understand Sam Darnold because what they about 11-2. But
Yeah.
I need 8. I don't Joe Burrow, even though the way he's playing, I still don't think and like I mean if they're not in and make the playoffs, I guess he can sneak his way in this conversation, but by winning it, I don't know.
What about golf?
Yeah, golf too. I mean, they 12-1. Yeah, I think golf could be in that conversation too. He'd be able to, I mean, show himself. I think right now, I think everybody's looking at Josh Allen as the favorite right now.
Yeah.
From the game he had last game, even though they lost, 3 touchdowns passing, 3 rushing, no picks is kind of crazy.
Yeah. And with us talking about the NFL standing, let's go to the NFC side. Um, we look at those standings right now. We know the Lions are 12-1. They would get the bye if the playoffs started today, with the Eagles following behind it with the 2 seed, being at 11-2. Then 3 through 7 go Seahawks, Tampa Bay, Minnesota, Green Bay, Washington. Washington back in the playoff mix.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think they was knocked out for a little bit,
Yeah.
I believe.
Well,
So
no, I don't think so because they've been 8-5 for, well, I mean, no, not been 8-5, but yeah, because I think the Rams probably had it over them, then they won, and the Rams, well, then again, I don't know, the Rams won. I, I
I believe the Titans was out for a little bit, like for a week or so, but I don't know. But they're the 7 seed. Um, right now. So with those standings, what stands out to you with those playoff matchups if they were to happen today? The Eagles would play the Commanders, the Packers would play the Seahawks, Tampa Bay would play Minnesota. But who more importantly, who do you even have coming out the NFC? Because we know probably the Chiefs are gonna come out the AFC. No, I'm gonna beat Pittsburgh. But who do you have coming out the NFC? What do you think of those matchups?
I think the Lions gonna come out the NFC regardless. I think what's gonna happen is gonna be Lions Eagles NFC Championship game. Lions probably will come out, but for them playoff games, um, I think that Buccaneers Vikings game will be a good game. That stands out to me a lot. Sam Darnold versus Baker Mayfield. I think that's gonna be like a little shootout. Like they're gonna start throwing touchdowns after touchdowns. Even though Vikings got
Hmm.
good defense, I just feel like I don't know. They both scored. They both you know what I'm saying. They both get a
Yeah.
lot of touchdowns. They both like to throw the ball. So, um, Mike Evans. Then you got Jettis and Addison. So I think that'd be a good matchup. The Eagles Commanders game. That's a regular divisional game, but I got the Eagles in that game. Even though it's good that for Janie Daniels' first year that they got him to the playoffs, but I think the Eagles will win that one. And you said it'd be Green Bay versus Seahawks.
Yeah.
I got Green Bay on that one. I just think Jordan Love probably gonna go crazy. I don't know why I got a feeling Jordan Love gonna go crazy that first playoff game. Like how they beat the Eagles last year, which I wasn't expecting. I feel like that's gonna be like he's gonna go crazy against them.
I think you mean the Cowboys.
I'm at, yeah, not Eagles,
Yeah.
Cowboys. Yeah, Cowboys. Yeah.
Baker went crazy versus the Eagles last year.
Yeah, that's right. They
Yeah.
both lost.
Yep. Yep. Um, I
How
look
you
at the
think it's gonna go?
standings.
Like, what stands out to you?
I'm with you, bro. I'm really with you with the Lions. I think they're gonna come out between the Lions and Eagles. Lions and Eagles. Lions got a great defense. Lost their best player, but they're still playing good.
Right.
The safety they have, I think his name is
Tomorrow,
uh
for the Lions,
yes, he's
Herbert
leading the
Joseph.
NFL. Yeah, leading the NFL in picks right now. I think he's gonna be all pro
Mm-hmm.
one, along with the safety from Green Bay.
Xavier
Uh,
McKinney. Yep.
Yep. So I like the Lions. I like their team. I love their coach, Dan Campbell. He's changed the culture of Detroit since he's got there. They're playing great. I think the Eagles can knock them off because of their defense and how they've been playing, but they're the only team I think can knock them off. You
Oh,
know, and
I forgot to mention. I mean, low key Vikings. You don't think the Vikings could have a shot to do it? I
they
forgot to
could.
mention them.
They could. Matter of fact, the Vikings played Detroit one time. It was a good game. I think it was a close game.
Yeah, I think
So
it was
they
a couple of.
could. They could. They have a great defense, and their defensive scheme and their system is amazing with Brian Flores, right?
Mm-hmm. They lost to
They
the
could,
Lions 20-31-29 last time they played.
yeah, I think they beat Green Bay um in that stretch. They
Yeah,
beat Green Bay, and yeah, beat the Niners. They beat some great teams along the way. Um, my only thing is just Sam Darnold. Now, Sam Darnold was amazing last week. He had 347, 22 of 28, 5 touchdowns, a 158 rating. Jettis went crazy. Addison went crazy. Um, it's just him. He's having a great year this year, but like, can he sustain that? Because he's had some games where he turned back into the Sam Darnold that we all know.
right.
But 28 touchdowns, 10 picks right now. He's having a great year. I think they can do it. It's how is he gonna play? You know what I'm saying? Now, what you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's depending how Sam Darnold plays. He's been doing good. He's been doing good for the whole year. So depending on how, hopefully, they kind of playoff time that he doesn't revert back to his old ways. But if he actually plays the way he's supposed, if he plays the way he's been playing this whole year, that'll be the key piece for the Vikings. Like they can actually do something. Because I mean, he
Yeah.
throwing the Jetties, throwing the Addison. I mean, you got two top receivers. It's gonna be easy getting them the ball. It's just Sam Darnold just gotta be able to do what he got to do, and if he do that, then I think they can do it.
The Vikings can knock off any one of those teams with that defense.
Yeah, with that defense, the guy is crazy.
It's just a quarterback for me. I'm
Yeah,
just
just a
saying it's
quarterback.
the quarterback.
He's the key piece in everything.
hmm So pivoting from football, like we said, as the season ramps up, we're gonna talk more and more football as we go. We're gonna pivot to the NBA though. NBA Cup. The bracket play is out. Had some good games yesterday. We're gonna start with OKC and the Mavericks. That was a great game. I watched that game. I watched Shea go crazy. He had 39, 8, 5, 3 steals and a block, 15 for 23 from the field. He shot 65%, 55% from three, shooting 5 and 9, 100 from the free throw line. He was a plus 22. He had help from his co-star Jalen Williams. He had 18, 7, and 4. Didn't shoot the ball well, but I watched that game. He was still a key factor. Dort chipped in with 11 and 6. Cason Wallace, who I like, 11 and 8. Hartenstein, another double-double with 10 and 13. Um, but what my key takeaway was how much they just shut down Luka. Like 16, 11, and 5 and 4 steals. He was 5 for 15 from the field. 33%, 25 from three, has 6 turnovers.
Yeah,
Clay
that's
Thompson showed up, 7 of 14, 5 for 10 from three. And Kyrie could have been more
shade
aggressive.
efficient. Yeah,
He
yeah,
shot efficient, but could have
yeah.
been more aggressive. 7 for 14, 3 of 5 from Trey. So really, if Luka does what Luka has to do, you probably could have won that game. You got 19 points from Najee Marshall off the bench. So what was your key takeaways from that game?
Oh, the same. I mean, valid points that you had. Shea going crazy. I think Shea was the biggest piece of it all. They just couldn't stop him. From what I seen, it was efficient. 39 points just looked easy. It's just they couldn't really stop him the way he was playing. And the way they was playing good defense. Yeah, the way they played the way that OKC was shutting them down. They have a top five defense in the league for a reason. So, I mean, I think that was really a key point of the whole thing too.
With no Chet, they're still a top 5 defense.
Yeah, with no check, that's the craziest part. Like Hardenstein is really showing up.
I believe we talked about this before. Could you see a scenario where they put Chet at the 4, or do you think they got to take one off the bench, put one on the bench?
Oh yeah, I think we did talk about this. No, I'm well. I remember. I think you was saying like Hardenstein was the reason why, like the reason why he came was for him to be that piece off the bench. Because I mean,
Yeah,
you could put Chet at the four, but I think Chet being at the five is. I mean, he could. It's hard to say. Yeah, I would have Hardenstein come off the bench. I would have him come off the bench. That's just a spark coming off the bench, like a good defensive player, rebounder with the second group.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? if they want to bring the starters in with them, that can they can do that because they're doing that now. But with Chet as the five starting to get more scoring, so I mean, yeah, I think Hartenstein can come out. I think Hartenstein come off the bench would be better for him.
I think as the like let's say it's a playoff game or something and it's a close game. I think I could see the lineup like to end the game could be Shea, Dort, J Dub with Chet Hart like to end the game.
Yeah, like in
You
the
know what
game.
I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, as a
Like for
matchup.
right. Keep going.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh no, well I was saying like yeah, I agree with you on that. Like, but I think that would be for like you said, like playoff game, like something
Yeah,
like they need, or maybe they probably show this. Well, no, he hurt, but for like a playoff game.
yeah. Like I said, like when teams want to go big with him,
Hmm.
Chet is a 5'4" man, but he's really a guard. So he can play on the perimeter. He can handle the ball. Um, I think I would like to see them go to that lineup. I would like not to start the game, but at various points in the game, maybe towards the end, see what it is because I think that can be deadly.
Right.
They're already a great defense now. You're gonna put both of them back there on top of the perimeter defense that they got.
It's gonna be hard for guards to score.
It's hard for them to score now.
Yeah, it's hard for them to score now. So I mean, the fact that it really is keeping up a top five defense after Chet was hurt, and then when Hartenstein won't play, and they still had the same defense with J-Dub at center. Yeah, that's just like,
Bro, I think Luka at one point had like 1 point, like in the second quarter. So he had like 1 point.
and that's unheard of. You never heard of Luka only have a 1 point.
I I thought there was a real point in the game where I thought he wasn't gonna score 10 points. I really thought it was gonna hold him to under 10. He couldn't get anything. Anything.
It was playing
Like
good defense. I'm
I've
not surprised.
I've never seen Luka get so strapped up like that, bro. Clamped up.
It's the way that I've seen the way they play defense, man. It's just like so crazy. Like everybody's helping each other. Like they play as a unit. Like it's so like I don't know. It was just the way they was playing it. It was just different. Like everybody was a combo for their own thing. That's I can see why they got a top. I just see why they have a top five defense in the league by the way they're doing that. But yeah, I mean the way Luca, yeah, that's unheard of. I'm sorry, the way he was playing at the time was bad. I mean, 16 points is unheard of in general from him. Five
For
for five
him.
for him. 5 for 15, 2 for 8. Like he only shot 15 shots. Usually, he's putting up a lot more shots than that. He couldn't even get to his spots.
So with that matchup, let's pivot to the two star guards, SGA versus Luca. I think this is gonna be a rivalry for like times to come. Uh we know Shea outplayed him last night. They matched up in the playoffs. We know the Mavericks won, but I personally think SGA was the best player in that series. His numbers showed it. His efficiency showed it. Um, Luka was banged up in that playoff series, but still was able to pull it off. Do you think SGA has surpassed him now, or do you think Luka is still the best point guard in the game right now?
Well, honestly, last year I was saying Luca was better than Shea. I mean, I'm a Shea fan. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like, um, but I thought Luke was better just by triple doubles and averaging about 30 something. He was averaging like 34, like 9 and 8 or something like that. But as I'm seeing this year, just the way how the OKC team is like going like with injuries, Shea steps up. They're still winning games. He's shooting efficiently. Like the past couple, he has over 30 the past like 4 or 5 games. Um, I could just see like his game done took another step. Like he's involved. Like he's also playing towards his team. Like he's averaging also about 5, 6 assists a game. So I mean, I gotta give it a Shea. Just the way that he's playing with the team, the efficiency he's shooting with. It just seems like he's just a key piece for the Thunder. Same as Luca is, but. I don't know. I just feel like Shea right now is just he's playing when he's the best guard in the league as we speak right now. Well, what do you think though?
And it's not close.
Yeah, okay. I just want
It
yeah,
is, it
yeah.
is
Okay.
not close. It's
Well,
easy
not
for him.
yeah,
It
it's,
is
it's
bro. hear me, bro. Hear me out. It is easy for him. Like I'm watching this dude play, bro. It looks like they just letting him score, but they not.
Right,
And bro, you know how I feel about two-way players. He gonna give you 30, you not gonna get 30 back on him.
right.
He is going to lock you down. You know what I'm saying? Like hot take, no hot take. I think SGA could be an all defensive player this year. I
No,
think he can. Bless you. I think he
I
can.
appreciate
Like,
it.
bro, he had 39 points on 65% shooting. Come on, man.
It's like we gotta talk about that. Bro.
He averaged he averaged 31 points last year on 53%. The last person to do that was Mike.
Exactly. We're talking about Michael Jordan here. Like,
Like the last person to do that was Mike.
and his team was nice.
Bro, how he didn't win the MVP is beyond me, but bro, it is easy for him, bro. Every team he plays, like if his shot not going, he gonna get to the free throw line, and then his shot gonna get going. Like I had a problem with him shooting a lot of threes because I mean people was talking about it, you talked about it. I didn't think he had. I didn't think he needed to shoot all those threes for real. He's still averaging 30,
Right.
but now he done added that pull up trade to his game more now, and he hitting it. If he's gonna knock down the pull up three 40% of the time, it's scary for the league. It's scary for the league, bro. It's scary now. I
We
bro,
we talking
bro.
like between 30, 35 points a game if he gets that consistent 3-pointer every game because if he's gonna shoot about if he can shoot about if he's gonna shoot about 5 to 6 threes and he can make at least half of them each game, that's an extra three. Yeah, that's
Bro,
extra
he's
about some
bet
time.
he's better than Luka. He's better
No,
than him. I'm
for sure.
sorry. He is.
And I forgot to even bring up the defensive aspect of it. Like he's also playing better defense than him. Like his
Bro,
team, you get to, like, come on now.
I seen this man give Curry 40 and then locked him up on the game winning play, like
Yeah,
and
like
posted about it.
who's doing that? Like this is come on,
Like,
man.
I'm sorry, bro. He's the best guard in the game. He is. We talked
I
about
agree.
De'Aaron Fox a couple weeks ago, all right, about what he's doing. He played the Kings, and he looked like De'Aaron Fox deserved to be on the court with him.
Exactly.
Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Like De'Aaron didn't he looked like he ain't deserved to be on the court with him, bro. He ain't deserve it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
like
crazy.
my finals prediction, I'm saying it now. OKC versus Boston. That's my unless some drastic trade happens,
Mhm.
OKC versus Boston, and I might just pick OKC to win that.
No,
I'm not gonna hold you.
full healthy OKC roster. I definitely and the crazy thing about it is, do you think they can even like for hypothetically, do you think they can make it without Shea? Like if Shea never came back this year, you think they'll still make it to the finals without him?
OKC?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Come on, no. No. Like now, mind you, when they was a couple years ago, they was young. I mean, they still young now. But I think Jada was a rookie, Giddy was there. This was before Chet got there. Um, they was winning these games. I didn't think they would win all that. You was telling me about them.
Mhm.
Nah, Shea makes them go. They go as far as Shea takes them, and I think Shea can take them all the way. It
No, right,
looks
exactly.
easy for him. It's easy. Like I don't know how else to put it. The man is averaging. He's a point guard. He's a guard. 30 points a game on like 50 something percent for the last 2 seasons. I don't
That's
know.
it. As a guard, like I don't think people understand. As a guard, 50%, 53%, averaging 31 points a game, averaging 50% now, averaging 30 a game. Like that's what I'm saying. He's I'm sorry, but he's the most consistent player in the
Most
league.
consistent. Most
Most
consistent.
consistent. Like
Say that
he's
again,
over
bro.
he the most like any as you already know if OKC's playing, Shea's getting at least over 25 points because he gotta have it to win.
You
He gotta
got
have it for
to.
his team to win. He got to. Every time I see that or I look at the game, 16, 15 points in the first quarter.
Quarter.
First quarter.
First
Efficient.
quarter. Say that again, bro. First
First
quarter.
quarter. First quarter. Game before they played the Mavericks. I think he was like 8 for 8 or 10 for 10 from the field before he had his first miss. I said, this is an NBA guard, but like he gets to it. But like, I'm not even trying to like glaze, but like yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I've been hit. Like I knew this is my like one of my this is my favorite player. He gets to his spots. Like
Every
it's like
time.
it don't matter who's on him, what you trying to do, what trying to scheme. He's gonna get to that midi. He's gonna get to that little step back three he do. He gonna get to that baseline pull up. He's gonna get to the spots, bro. That's why I mean
Every
he's
time.
good. He's a good player.
And he's gonna get to the line about 10 times a game.
Yeah, people try to say you're a free throw merchant and stuff like that, but like, come on.
No.
How many free throws he had last game? Let's talk about it.
Four. He had four.
39 points, only 30 and only four of them came from the free throw line. So that's 35 just giving out buckets. Like he's not a free throw merchant, bro. Like if he went to the free throw line consistently as he used to, I mean as he usually do, he would have about 40 something.
50.
50.
50.
I'm,
Like,
I'm waiting for a 60-point game this year.
and bro, check this out. I think he had his career high in points. Like for his career this year, I think it was like 45, something like that. Like
Yeah,
he's never
like
scored
50.
50 or more. He always stays around 30.
You know,
Like
like that's his mark, 30 points.
he consistently gets 30. That's it.
That's
30
all.
between 30 to 35 points. He consistently gets that, and that's it.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. When Chet comes back, he was averaging 26 when he got hurt. That he went up 4 points just off him getting hurt.
But gang, I also feel like with that though, he was taking a lot of threes and he was missing. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
he
saying?
wasn't doing
Also, I feel like he kind of reverted back to what he knows.
it.
He's still
Mhm.
shooting threes, don't get me wrong. But I feel like he kind of reverted back to who he is a little bit. And that's why the scoring up has gone up. I think when Chet comes back, he's still gonna hover around here because Chet's gonna be coming off an injury. It's gonna take Chet a little bit of time to get back going. Might, might. But I don't know. I think his game, I think he has gone back to who he is. So I think he's gonna keep this up. He's first team All NBA for sure.
Oh yeah, regardless. Yeah, that's
He's
first
first
team
team All
regardless.
NBA. Yeah,
Regardless, yeah. He's best guard. I mean, even if Chet come back and it drops off 2, 3 points, I think he's the best guard in the league.
easily.
Easily.
And I'm not gonna say easily. Luka's still there, but he's the best guard in the league.
But right now he's yeah, with the consistency and the defense he's playing, yeah, right now he is.
Yeah. So let's pivot. Second game of that night, Bucks Magic. Um, Bucks pull off a great win. We know they started off slow to start the year. They're now 13 and 11. They advanced to the semifinals in the NBA Cup. Giannis 37 and 7, two steals, four blocks, 15 or 24 from the field, 62%. Um, Still struggling from the free throw line. He always has 7 for 12, 58%. Six turnovers, but again, he was great. +5. Dame, 28 and 9, 8 of 15 from the field, 10 for 10 from the free throw line, 2 for 5 from three, 40%. He was great. Bobby Portis off the bench had a 22-point 22-point double, 22 and 10 with 4 assists. Um, we gotta talk about Jalen Suggs though. He had 32 points, nine rebounds, 4 steals, and a block, 1 assist, 12 of 26 from the field. Um, and check me out with this, bro. He is anchoring, meaning he's the best defender on the Magic, and the Magic have the top defense in the league. I think they're allowing like 103 points a game, which
Yeah,
is the
that's him.
best. That's the best in the NBA. So, great win for the Bucks. What were some takeaways from that game? And what do you think about Jalen Suggs? Sneaky DPOY. Sneaky.
Well, my first takeaway is I like how the Magic played against the Bucks without their two best players. I didn't expect them to only lose by 5 points. And they kept it pretty close throughout the game. Um, and the way that Jalen Suggs had to step up because of that, I mean, 32 points. He don't usually score 30, so I mean, 32 points is actually pretty good. But him for being anchored at DPOY is actually pretty tough. Like I've seen the way he's been playing defense. He's been locking down a lot of papers. Like and you
It,
had to be for the he's the anchor for the being the best defensive team in the league, and you the best defender. Like yeah, he definitely deserves right now. If you had to do DPOY, you had to give it to him. Hands down, have to. I mean, it
Him or
just
Dyson Daniels, I would say that.
yeah,
Him or Dyson
him or
Daniels.
Destin Daniels, they both got good defense, but for being the best defender on the best defensive team though, I mean that says a lot about like it starts off with you. Like
Yes.
without you playing the way you playing, your whole defense ain't gonna be the same.
And he's a
So I mean,
guard.
yeah, he's a guard, exactly.
And we know guards don't typically win it. And I think it was Mike. Well, before Mike, Sidney Moncrief, I know won a couple. Mike won some. Gary
Mhm.
Payton, and I think after Gary Payton it was Marcus Smart a couple years ago. But yeah, my takeaway: the Bucks have turned it around. They turned it around. Dame and Giannis are playing well together. They playing off of each other, which is the most important thing. They got Middleton back, but they started this streak before Middleton came back.
Hmm.
And he didn't even score yesterday. He had 0 points,
Yep.
but he had 8 assists. Um, but we know he's gonna come back in the forwards. He's still getting his legs back under him and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, the Bucks are like they're turning it around. I don't think they're gonna win it though. We're gonna get into that in a little bit. But I agree with you a lot. I feel like the Magic played them very, very well, despite not having Paulo, not having Franz. And I think in the episode I told you like I think the Magic can contend with any team in the Eastern Conference. You
Yeah.
know, I don't think they're gonna beat those top teams right now. I think they are a top team, but I don't think they're gonna beat the Celtics or the Knicks or the Bucks, Cavs, Sixers if they're healthy.
Hmm.
I don't think they're gonna beat those teams right now because they're still kind of young. But for years to come, they could be on that OKC trajectory. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Especially when Paulo and Franz get healthy. I think Paulo has best player in the world potential. 6'10", 250, built like LeBron low key. I think they can get on that Boston Celtics trajectory. They got two great wing players like Boston. Um, So yeah, and about Jalen Suggs, bro, it's crazy. Like you said, it's crazy how he's like anchoring. I mean, it's crazy what he's doing. But I mean, he was a great defender in college, so I saw
Yeah.
this
Right.
coming. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So my all defensive guards right now is Jalen Suggs and Dyson Daniels, first team.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
me.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Has to be first thing.
Yeah, yeah. So let's pivot to the NBA Cup predictions. I kind of hinted at it a little bit ago, but who do you see winning the whole thing? Let me show you the bracket. And the bracket right now is Bucks. Bracket right now is Bucks Magic. Bucks just won. They advanced. The Hawks just knocked off the Knicks. Um, so they just advanced to the quarterfinals. We know the Thunder just knocked off the Mavericks. Rockets and Warriors are playing right now, so we'll see who the winner of that game is. So, who do you think is going to win the whole thing?
I got OKC right now. I
Win the
think
whole thing?
my whole thing. I think it's gonna be OKC, probably Warriors in the semis. Then we got Bucks and Hawks. So I got the Bucks winning that, and then be Bucks and OKC. I got OKC winning. I just don't see OKC losing. The way that Shea's playing, the way they're playing defense, I just don't see that happening.
Yeah,
I think that Thunder Bucks game would be. I mean, that's why I think it's gonna make to the finals, but not with the finals, but the championship. So
championship.
yeah, so I definitely got Thunder in that.
Yeah, the Knicks just lost to the Hawks. Very surprised at that. Um, I do think the Bucks are gonna advance to the championship. I think whoever wins between the Warriors and Rockets, I'm with you. Thunder's gonna knock them off. That's gonna be a great game because, like, we just talked about how what if Chet can go to the four in certain games. The Bucks is a team that I would do that to because they're a bigger team. You got Giannis, you got Brook Lopez. They're playing a 4 and 5. I don't know if Jada is gonna really be able to hold Giannis like that. No one holds Giannis,
Right.
So that would be a game I would do that.
Right.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Right. Right. Put Chet on
Yeah,
Giannis. Put Hardenstein on
Brook Lopez.
Brook Lopez. Yeah, that'd be yeah. Like if Chet was playing, yeah, that'd be
You
a good
know,
match.
but yeah. So I'm with you. I think OKC can win it all. I don't think anyone's stopping Shea. Um, that'll be a tough game though. Tough matchup, tough game. Like I said, Rockets did knock off OKC a couple games ago. It's a great game. Um, Warriors are a good team this year. We talked about that. I was shocked about that, but they're playing great. Um, Playing much better defensively than I thought they would. But yeah, we'll see, bro. I do got OKC. I'm with you on that, but it should be fun, bro. What you think?
No, it's gonna be some good games. I mean, I'm gonna be excited to watch them. I think they all gonna be. I don't think there's gonna be no blowouts. I think all all the teams are in the same type spot. So
Yep.
regardless if the Warriors or Rockets win, because the Rockets beat Thunder, so I think the Thunder, if the Rockets do win and they play against the Thunder, I think that's like a revenge type game. Like you know what I'm saying, especially for to go to the championship in the NBA Cup, that'd be tough. So we'll see. I'm gonna be excited for it.
I'm excited too. I'm gonna be excited to see what comes with it. This was a great show though.
Yeah, it's tough.
It was a great show. Like I said, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We going every week. Try to upload for you guys every Wednesday. We know today is Wednesday. Um, had some situations going on yesterday, so we couldn't
Yeah.
record yesterday. But we appreciate you guys tuning in and see you on the next show.
All right, y'all. I'll be safe.